Hello, everybody, and welcome into this latest edition of the Michigan State Spartans Insider Podcast. I'm your beat reporter for Michigan State Spartans on SI, Aidan Champion. We're getting right back to our most underrated players going into the 2025 football season. Some guys I think are just being overlooked going into the year, whether they didn't see much action last year or did and just still haven't quite met expectations. We're gonna look at the defensive side. We looked at offense last episode, and these are three guys who really all three of their situations kind of differ. I would say two of them are a little more aligned, but um, actually not even that. But the two I'm thinking of injury related, but both still different situations. Um, But I'm gonna start with Chance Rucker, who is expected to, be a valuable contributor, one of the leaders in the secondary this season, who came in and instantly made an impact in his freshman season, made 8 starts in in 12 appearances, but then unfortunately last year suffered a season-ending injury in week 2, didn't get to build upon that first year. And that's always unfortunate, especially for a second year guy. And even more so when they had such promising first year and just don't get the chance to really build off that momentum. But here he is and he's back and he's healthy. Like I said, a guy who's going to be leading one of the leaders on in the secondary and you know even though he's kind of young, he's one of the more experienced guys as far as experience with this program in the defensive backfield. Chance Rucker, really eager to see what he does after having a significant gap there. Going to be a redshirt, um, redshirt sophomore. Um, so like I said, big year for him. And if he can stay healthy, I'd expect him to have a pretty good year and, meet those same expectations that were being held for him in year 2 after such a promising first season. Next guy I want to look at, um, this was the one, I was saying kind of in the similar situation, um, is Alex Van Sumeren. And of course, fans know Alex already, but knew him previously, before he really made a name for himself because of his brother, Ben Van Sumeren. And, Alex had a really tough start to his career after redshirting in his first year, then suffered an injury, uh, had to miss his whole second year, the 2023 season. Um, and that just again injuries, especially when you're young, when you're just getting your feet wet, so deflating. And he was back and instantly made an impact. Started, I think, if I remember correctly, he started every game. Yeah, started all 12 games. Um, and was pretty productive. I mean, obviously, an issue for the whole defense last year was getting to the quarterback, and yeah, he could have done that more, but everyone could have. And still, he was just coming off a serious injury. Still was able to be productive in his own way, was disruptive on the interior, and now full season under his belt, gets to come back healthy again and really build off that. Again, another guy still young, and I'm eager to see what he does, especially with new additions, Grady Kelly transfer. I'm expecting him to be starting. We'll have some new edge rushers alongside him as well. Going to be interesting to see how this team. It's got a it's got a blend there of returners and newcomers in the trenches, and um, definitely a unit that's going to need to step up next year or this coming season. And again, emphasis going to be getting to the quarterback. And I know the staff's working on them, on it with them. And I think that will be something that they improve on, certainly. Going to be very, very crucial, especially when you're going up against some of the best quarterbacks in college football. Gotta have pressure on the quarterback. So Alex Van Sumeren, another guy I'm looking at, I don't think people are talking about enough, who I think is gonna take that next step. Last but not least, um, a guy whose situation is not as similar, um, but Brady Pretzloff, um, freshman linebacker, another young guy, gonna most likely see more action this season as a backup. Um, but was showed a lot of value last season. Didn't play a whole lot of defense, but made the most of his time on special teams. I look at those like the Illinois and the Indiana games was very effective on special teams. People may not remember, but um, goes in now to his into his sophomore season. Um, Actually, no, it will be his redshirt freshman season. He redshirted last year. So, um, a former four-star in-state prospect, a guy a lot of people were high on, and four stars. Uh, it kind of depends on who you are. A lot of times, they start right away, and there's times when they don't, and Michigan State just had such a good um, group of veterans and guys who had proven themselves in the linebacker room last year. But now Brady, I'm expecting sees more snaps. Is going to be more impactful contributor in that room, and I think that really helps, gives you some depth, um, can move guys in and out in the box, and Brady definitely, like I said, I mean he's earned it. He's earned more snaps. Uh, they always say in football to work your way up, you got to start by making an impact on special teams, and Brady did that, and here he is now in year two, and I think he's ready. Um, so definitely a underrated guy who uh, I think could surprise people next season. So looking forward to seeing what Brady can do. Um, those are the ones that come to mind for me. Would love to know what you guys think. Is there anyone I didn't mention? I'm sure there is, but that you think is underrated on this defense. A guy who people just aren't talking about enough. Would love to know. And as always, thank you. so very much for tuning in. Um, really appreciate your engagement and for choosing to get all your Michigan State athletics related information from us because we work hard to give it to you. Hope you all are having a great week. If you're off of work, hope you're really enjoying that time off and um, either spending it with family or however you need to just enjoy enjoy the week and some time to some time away from work. I will catch you next time. Thank you again.